Hi, everyone. Today we're going to take a trip down memory lane and talk about childhood versus adult life. I love thinking back to those first experiences because everything felt so immediate and full of wonder.
Absolutely, Lisa. Even the simplest moments like walking to school or playing with friends feel vivid when we remember them. Time seemed to stretch endlessly back then.
Yes, and the emotions were so pure. Happiness, excitement, curiosity, they all felt big and intense. Even small adventures felt like major events.
Even challenges didn't feel permanent. Losing a game or making a mistake was just part of the day. Resilience started growing quietly without anyone noticing.
Family played such a big role too. A simple conversation at breakfast or a story before bed could feel so meaningful. These small interactions shaped so much of our early understanding of the world.
Friendships also shaped our experiences. Sharing, negotiating, or resolving little disagreements taught social skills naturally. Kids learned teamwork without even realizing it.
And play was everywhere. Even mundane places like the backyard or street corners became magical worlds through imagination. A stick could be a sword, a broom, a horse. It was endless.
Time itself felt different. Hours could pass unnoticed in games, yet every moment seemed significant. Life had a slower, gentler rhythm.
School had structure, of course, but it didn't feel stressful. Lessons, recess, and after school activities blended together naturally. Every day offered something new to experience.
Even chores were part of the adventure. They taught small responsibilities without pressure. Folding clothes or watering plants felt like simple life lessons.
Bedtime routines were gentle too. Nights ended softly with stories or quiet reflection. Falling asleep was peaceful, not rushed.
Looking back, it's amazing how much children absorb from daily life. Every experience, even the smallest, contributed to growth and understanding.
And the details stay vivid. The smell of rain, a favorite playground, the sound of laughter with friends. These little things become anchors in memory.
Yes, and even mistakes or small failures felt manageable. They were part of learning, not defining moments. Confidence grew quietly through exploration.
Emotions were fluid. Kids could feel joy, frustration, or wonder intensely and then switch to curiosity or excitement just minutes later. It was a natural rhythm.
Friendships deepened through shared games, secrets, and imagination. Social understanding developed without rules or formal teaching.
Even solitary play had value. Imaginary friends, storytelling, or creating worlds allowed children to explore themselves. Solitude was creative, not lonely.
Outdoor activities strengthened both body and mind. Running, climbing, or exploring gave freedom and physical confidence. Every small adventure built resilience.
And through all this, children were learning empathy and understanding. Sharing toys, helping friends, and observing others' feelings created awareness naturally.
Yes, and the contrast with adult life is clear. Childhood feels full of freedom, curiosity, and discovery. Time flows differently, and stress rarely dominates.
Even daily routines like morning preparation or returning from school were comforting rather than constraining. They created gentle structure while leaving plenty of room for creativity.
Mistakes were temporary. Emotions were big but passed quickly. Resilience, adaptability, and confidence all grew quietly in the background.
Even small conversations with family or friends shaped understanding of the world. Humor, advice, and support all wove together to create secure, joyful days.
And imagination was everywhere. Even a puddle could be a sea, a tree a fortress, or a stick a sword. Creativity was limitless.
Even ordinary events feel extraordinary in memory. First bike rides, rainy afternoons, or childhood celebrations leave lasting impressions.
Yes, and children learn so much without realizing it. Empathy, creativity, emotional expression, and resilience are all quietly developing during daily life.
The rhythm of a child's day, full of play, school, friendships, and family, creates a foundation for growth. Even simple joys are deeply meaningful.
And that's why reflecting on childhood is so special. It shows us how life felt unstructured yet complete, and how every small experience contributed to understanding, emotion, and curiosity.
Time was slower, life was immediate, and emotions were vivid. Even small routines and everyday interactions shaped perspective.
Exactly. Looking back, childhood was a mix of wonder, learning, and joy. It felt safe, expansive, and deeply alive.
And as we continue this conversation, we'll see how adult life compares. Freedom changes, responsibilities grow, but the foundation from childhood still influences who we become. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English with Lisa. Today's episode feels a little reflective because we're talking about the difference between childhood and adult life and how time changes the way we see the world.
Yes, this is one of those topics that instantly brings memories because childhood often feels light and simple, while adulthood feels structured and responsibility filled.
We're not comparing which one is better, but simply observing how life shifts as we grow and how those changes show up in our daily routines, thoughts, and emotions.
So, wherever you are right now, take a moment to relax because this conversation is meant to feel honest, familiar, and easy to follow.
Now that we've reflected on childhood memories, let's dive into daily routines. Even though life felt free, there was a gentle rhythm to every day. That rhythm gave comfort without feeling strict or demanding.
Absolutely. Mornings often started softly, with parents calling or gentle sunlight streaming through the window. There was no rush or panic, just a slow, calm start. Small tasks felt easy and natural.
Breakfast was often simple but shared with family, which made it feel warm and connected. Conversation flowed effortlessly, sometimes about school, friends, or small curiosities. These moments quietly shaped how we interacted with the world.
School brought structure, but it never dominated life. Lessons passed quickly and breaks offered laughter and freedom. Even challenging subjects didn't feel overwhelming because curiosity led the way.
Recess was full of energy and imagination. Running, playing games, or pretending to be characters created endless possibilities. Every moment was an opportunity to explore.
Afternoons often returned to hobbies or casual adventures. Homework existed, but it never overshadowed play or exploration. There was time to breathe and enjoy simple joys.
Even small outdoor explorations felt magical. Backyard trees became castles, streets became racetracks, and imagination transformed ordinary spaces. Each day was full of discovery.
Friendships deepened naturally during play. Sharing, negotiating, or solving small disagreements taught collaboration effortlessly. Social skills grew without formal instruction.
Family interactions added emotional richness. Conversations at meals, bedtime stories, or small gestures of care created warmth. Children learned empathy and connection almost unconsciously.
Even chores had meaning. Folding clothes, watering plants, or feeding pets taught responsibility lightly. They didn't feel like obligations, but small life lessons.
Evenings brought calm. Dinner, reading, or quiet play provided closure. Children felt secure, ending the day with comfort and reflection.
Bedtime routines were gentle, not strict. Falling asleep felt peaceful and dreams followed naturally. Mornings promised new adventures, making each day exciting.
The details of these routines are vivid in memory. The smell of breakfast, the sound of school bells, or the laughter of friends. Even minor events left lasting impressions.
Mistakes and small failures were temporary and easily overcome. Children learned resilience and problem solving without pressure. Confidence grew quietly in the background.
Emotions were fluid. Happiness, excitement, or frustration appeared intensely and shifted quickly. Children expressed themselves freely and fully.
Friendship bonds strengthened naturally through shared experiences. Conflicts resolved easily, laughter was abundant, and social understanding developed organically.
Even playing alone had purpose. Imaginary friends, daydreams, and storytelling allowed children to explore creativity and self-expression. Solitude was enriching, not lonely.
Outdoor activities strengthened both body and mind. Running, climbing, or exploring built confidence and coordination. Movement and imagination intertwined naturally.
Everyday moments were subtly educational. Sharing toys, helping friends, or observing emotions created understanding. Lessons were learned without formal teaching.
Even small routines contributed. Walking to school, getting dressed, or simple meals created structure while leaving room for freedom. Rhythm and comfort coexisted.
Play was a central part of the day. Games, imaginary adventures, and creative exploration allowed children to learn through experience rather than instruction.
Even mistakes during play were valuable. Losing a game or failing a task taught resilience and problem solving. Children grew through trial and error naturally.
Time felt expansive. Hours could pass unnoticed in play, yet each moment seemed significant. Life was slow, calm, and full of possibility.
Friendship and social learning happened effortlessly. Sharing, cooperating, and negotiating taught empathy and communication without formal guidance.
Even simple outdoor exploration sparked creativity. Leaves, rocks, and puddles became tools for imagination. Every small detail transformed into wonder.
Risk-taking felt natural. Children explored, climbed, or tried new things without fear. These moments quietly built courage and independence.
Emotions were safely expressed. Joy, excitement, frustration, and curiosity flowed freely. Emotional development occurred alongside physical and social growth.
Solitary activities reinforced creativity and reflection. Drawing, storytelling, or imagining worlds strengthened problem-solving and focus.
Meals, family interactions, and quiet evenings created stability. Children experienced security and emotional warmth. Life felt balanced and nurturing.
Even chores or responsibilities taught subtle life lessons. Tasks were light but meaningful, encouraging independence and awareness.
Bedtime offered gentle closure. Stories, reflections, or simply resting ended the day peacefully. Children slept feeling safe and cared for.
The contrast between structured routines and freedom was striking. Rhythm existed, but so did play, curiosity, and imagination.
Imagination transformed everyday spaces. Backyards, streets, or rooms became magical arenas for creativity. Adventure was everywhere.
Friendships deepened through games and shared experiences. Social skills, empathy, and collaboration emerged naturally.
Mistakes were small and temporary. Confidence grew as challenges were met with support and curiosity.
Emotions flowed freely. Children experienced feelings fully and shifted quickly between excitement, frustration, and joy.
Outdoor exploration combined physical activity with learning. Movement and imagination reinforced each other.
Even small routines shaped personality. Mornings, meals, school, and play created rhythm while leaving room for freedom.
Friendships, family, and play intertwined to create a safe, nurturing environment. Children learned empathy, social skills, and resilience naturally.
Time felt abundant, experiences felt meaningful, and emotional growth happened effortlessly. Life felt whole, secure, and playful.
The beauty of childhood routines lies in their balance. Freedom, structure, learning, and play coexisted seamlessly.
And even now, these memories influence how we approach life. The rhythm, creativity, and joy of childhood remain foundational.
Every small event, every game, every interaction shaped who we became. Childhood routines were simple, yet powerful.
Yes, and remembering these moments reminds us how playful, curious, and resilient life can feel.
Now that we've talked about routines, let's dive into play. This is where childhood really sparkles because imagination turns ordinary spaces into extraordinary worlds.
Absolutely. Even a backyard could become a castle. A street could turn into a racetrack, And a simple stick could be a sword. Kids didn't need toys to create adventures. Creativity was everywhere.
And play allowed emotions to flow freely. Joy, excitement, frustration, or curiosity all felt intense and real. Children could feel completely without restraint.
Friendships thrived during play. Negotiating games, sharing roles, or solving little conflicts taught collaboration naturally. Social skills developed effortlessly.
Even playing alone had value. Imaginary friends, storytelling, and creating worlds encouraged self expression. Solitude wasn't lonely, it was creative and enriching.
Time felt different during play. Hours could pass unnoticed, yet every moment felt significant. Life seemed slower and full of possibility.
Outdoor adventures strengthened both the body and imagination. Climbing trees, running races, or exploring corners of the neighborhood made children confident and curious.
Even small challenges during play were learning opportunities. Losing a game or failing at a task taught resilience without anyone needing to explain it.
Imagination was everywhere. Leaves, puddles, sticks, or rocks could become tools for adventure. Creativity transformed the ordinary into magic.
Friendships strengthened through shared play. Laughter, teamwork, and negotiation taught empathy naturally. Children learned how to cooperate without formal lessons.
Physical play also developed endurance and coordination. Running, jumping, and balancing made the body strong, while emotions and creativity thrived.
Risk-taking felt exciting but safe. Climbing, exploring, or trying something new built confidence and independence. Every small success reinforced courage.
Even small rules during games taught flexibility. Leadership rotated, rules shifted, and children learned negotiation and compromise naturally.
Mistakes were temporary. Losing or making errors didn't feel catastrophic. It was just part of the game. Learning through trial and error happened effortlessly.
Imaginative play helped process emotions. When real-life problems arose, children could explore feelings safely through games or pretend scenarios.
Even solitary play reinforced problem solving. Building, creating, or inventing scenarios strengthened focus and decision making.
Friendship bonds deepened as children shared secrets, ideas, and adventures. Emotional intelligence grew without formal teaching.
Time outdoors encouraged curiosity. Observing nature, insects, or weather patterns sparked questions and exploration naturally.
Physical activity and imagination often intertwined. Running, climbing, and pretending were never separate. They flowed together naturally.
Play also taught perseverance. Children tried, failed, and tried again without fear. Challenges became opportunities to experiment.
Social rules emerged organically. Sharing toys, taking turns, and understanding others' perspectives built empathy.
Even minor setbacks during play taught coping. Children learned patience and flexibility while still having fun.
Solitude encouraged reflection and creativity. Imaginary worlds, storytelling, and role-playing helped children process feelings and ideas.
Friendships weren't static, they evolved with play. Collaboration, compromise, and shared goals strengthened connections naturally.
Small daily adventures left lasting impressions. Walking to a park, exploring a garden, or racing with friends created vivid memories.
Even everyday objects became tools of imagination. A broom could be a horse, a ball a treasure, and a sheet a magical cape.
Physical, social, and imaginative skills all developed simultaneously. Play was holistic. It built mind, body, and heart together.
Risk, reward, and creativity were all part of the same experience. Trying new things, climbing higher, or creating complex games taught resilience.
Emotional expression thrived naturally. Joy, excitement, disappointment, or curiosity flowed freely and were accepted as part of the process.
Even quiet play encouraged deep thought. Planning strategies, constructing worlds, or imagining stories taught focus and problem solving.
Friendships strengthened through shared laughter, challenges, and imagination. Children learned social nuance and empathy effortlessly.
Time felt abundant yet meaningful. Every small activity carried emotional or cognitive growth alongside fun.
Even small routines like setting up a game or organizing materials taught responsibility lightly. Children learned to manage small tasks without pressure.
Adventure was everywhere. A simple walk outside could spark hours of exploration and discovery.
Play helped children develop independence and confidence. Trying new things without fear built courage and adaptability.
Social learning happened naturally. Negotiating rules, solving conflicts, and cooperating strengthened emotional intelligence.
Even the simplest games offered rich experiences. Imagination transformed ordinary objects into extraordinary worlds.
Physical activity, creativity, and emotional exploration flowed seamlessly together. Play was a complete learning experience disguised as fun.
Mistakes were part of learning, and children embraced trial and error with ease. Confidence grew naturally without pressure.
Friendship, imagination, and exploration created a safe, joyful environment. Life was full of wonder, growth, and connection.
Even solitude had value. Reflecting, imagining, and creating alone built inner strength and creativity.
Play taught perseverance, problem solving, and emotional resilience without anyone needing to instruct.
Adventures, big or small, left lasting memories. Every puddle, tree, and street corner could spark curiosity and creativity.
Time, emotion, and imagination flowed naturally. Childhood play created the foundation for confidence, empathy, and joy.
Even small experiences shaped understanding of the world. Exploration, social interaction, and creativity were all intertwined seamlessly.
Play wasn't just entertainment, it was learning, growth, and emotional development all at once.
And that's what made childhood so magical. Every day offered freedom, discovery, and connection in ways that felt effortless.
Yes, even routine days could feel extraordinary because imagination and emotion made every experience meaningful.
Looking back, the blend of freedom, play, and imagination created the foundation for how we experience life today.
Friendships, creativity, and physical activity combined naturally to form a world full of learning, resilience, and joy.
Every moment, even the smallest, carried significance. Childhood was a time of exploration, emotion, and growth, all flowing effortlessly.
Exactly. That's why remembering and describing childhood routines feels so vivid, playful, and deeply meaningful.
Now that we've explored childhood play and imagination, let's talk about adult life. Everything changes. Freedom becomes choice, and responsibilities start piling up.
Absolutely. Mornings begin with alarms instead of sunlight. Deadlines, chores, work meetings, all of it demands attention immediately.
Even simple tasks feel heavier. Cooking, cleaning, managing schedules, it's all important and often non-negotiable. The pace feels relentless.
Work carries its own weight. Deadlines and targets can be stressful, and mistakes feel consequential in a way they never did as children.
And it's not just work. Bills, family obligations, and social expectations all demand energy and attention. Life feels busier, denser, and more complicated.
Even leisure needs planning. Gym sessions, errands, or personal projects are scheduled. Spontaneity isn't automatic anymore.
Emotional pressure grows too. Navigating relationships, family dynamics, and work stress adds weight to daily life. Emotions often feel layered and intense.
Unlike childhood, where feelings flowed freely, adults often need to control or hide emotions to appear responsible. Vulnerability requires trust and caution.
Physical strain appears as well. Long hours, commuting, and limited rest can impact health. The body starts reminding us of these pressures.
Even small decisions feel significant. Choosing a career path, financial priorities, or personal goals comes with consequences. Every choice feels heavy.
Societal expectations add subtle pressure. Success is measured externally through achievements, comparisons, and recognition. That weight lingers silently.
Yes, and that pressure often affects daily moods and interactions. A small mishap can feel larger than life. Responsibility dominates attention.
Time itself feels scarce. Days pass quickly and weeks blur together. There's little space for the slow, reflective moments of childhood.
Mindfulness becomes intentional. Adults need to carve time for themselves, otherwise, stress accumulates unnoticed.
Financial responsibility shapes choices. Paying bills, planning budgets, and saving requires constant attention. Freedom feels limited by obligation.
Family responsibilities weigh heavily too. Caring for children, elderly parents, or household management consumes both energy and thought.
Even friendships require effort. Maintaining social bonds needs planning, communication, and intentionality. Casual connection isn't as effortless as it once was.
Decision making is constant. Health, work, relationships, choices have tangible consequences. Mistakes can feel more permanent than they did in childhood.
Yet, responsibility fosters growth. Adults develop patience, empathy, and problem solving skills through daily challenges. Pressure becomes a teacher in subtle ways.
Every challenge teaches adaptability. Resilience grows as adults learn to balance competing demands and navigate complex situations.
Prioritization becomes essential. Adults quickly learn what truly matters and what can be postponed or let go. Focus sharpens with experience.
Setting boundaries is part of this growth. Saying no, delegating tasks, or claiming personal time becomes necessary for balance.
Even short breaks feel restorative. Coffee alone, a walk outside, or a hobby moment provides a sense of freedom amidst responsibility.
Obligations also bring satisfaction. Completing tasks, meeting goals, and honoring commitments can feel deeply rewarding despite the pressure.
Unlike childhood, accomplishments are measured externally. Recognition and achievement shape confidence and motivation.
Managing pressure becomes a skill. Adults develop emotional intelligence, time management, and resilience through daily responsibilities.
Even self-expectation adds subtle tension. Adults often demand perfection from themselves, which can be heavy but also teaches discipline.
Learning to accept imperfection is part of maturity. Mistakes don't define success. Effort and growth matter more.
Daily life blends physical, emotional, and mental pressures. Adults must adapt continuously, balancing work, family, and self.
Yet, these pressures teach perspective. Adults see the bigger picture, understand cause and effect, and develop foresight.
Small acts of responsibility create confidence. Paying bills, completing tasks, or organizing schedules builds a sense of control.
Adult challenges offer meaning. Fulfillment comes from achievement, relationship building, and personal growth through effort.
The contrast with childhood is striking. Freedom was natural then. Now it's intentional. Responsibilities shape every choice and experience.
Yes, adult life is heavier, but it's also richer. Lessons, growth, and independence all emerge from navigating obligations.
Daily routines, work, family, and social expectations all converge. Adults juggle multiple priorities, yet each task contributes to life experience.
Even small decisions carry weight. Choosing how to spend a weekend, plan a project, or support a friend requires thought.
Time management becomes a constant exercise. Adults learn to prioritize and allocate energy wisely.
Pressure exists, but it also builds character. Patience, problem solving, and perspective develop naturally through experience.
Responsibility brings maturity. Adults understand the value of planning, preparation, and long-term thinking.
Emotional regulation grows as well. Managing stress, frustration, and complex feelings becomes a necessary skill.
Physical strain, emotional weight, and mental load coexist. Adults constantly adapt, creating resilience without noticing it.
Yet there are rewards. Meeting obligations, achieving goals, and navigating challenges provide satisfaction and growth.
Even minor victories feel significant. Completing a tough project, resolving a conflict, or simply getting through a busy day builds confidence.
Balance becomes essential.
Adults learn to integrate work, family, and self-care to maintain well-being.
Even amidst pressure, moments of freedom and joy can be found. Small hobbies, walks, or time with loved ones offer relief.
Daily life is structured but meaningful. Responsibilities create a sense of purpose and achievement, even if they feel heavy.
And that's the essence of adult life. Responsibility and pressure exist, but they come with growth, maturity, and subtle rewards.
Yes, while it's different from childhood, adult life has its own rhythm, challenges, and moments of satisfaction.
And as we continue, we'll see how adults rediscover freedom and joy within these responsibilities. Now that we've talked about responsibility and pressure, let's focus on how adults find freedom again. Even with busy schedules, small moments of joy and relaxation are possible. It's about noticing and creating these moments intentionally.
Absolutely. Unlike childhood, where freedom was automatic, adults need to carve out time for hobbies, travel, or simply relaxing. When they do, the sense of liberation feels incredibly rewarding.
Hobbies become a major source of freedom. Painting, writing, cooking, or gardening reconnects adults with creativity and personal satisfaction. It's a conscious choice, but one that revitalizes the mind.
Even small breaks offer freedom. A quiet morning coffee, a short walk, or reading a book can recharge energy. These moments might seem minor, but they make a big difference.
Travel or exploring new places is another way adults rediscover freedom. Visiting new cities, hiking in nature, or meeting different people opens perspective and refreshes the spirit.
Yes, and these moments are usually intentional. Adults have to plan them, which makes them feel even more valuable. Freedom becomes something you earn, not just experience.
Friendship plays a key role as well. Spending time with supportive friends allows adults to laugh, relax, and feel emotionally liberated. Shared experiences bring joy naturally.
Even parenting can contain moments of freedom. Seeing the world through a child's eyes, playing together, or exploring with them can reignite wonder and curiosity.
Mindfulness also helps. Meditation, yoga, or simply focusing on the present moment allows adults to detach from stress and feel emotionally lighter.
Physical activity contributes too. Running, swimming, or cycling clears the mind and energizes the body. The combination of movement and mental release feels liberating.
Creativity flourishes when adults feel autonomy. Painting, writing, or playing music reconnects them with the imaginative side of childhood.
And unlike childhood, adults can fully choose what brings them joy. That ownership makes freedom feel deeper and more satisfying.
Self-reflection also contributes to freedom. Journaling, thinking about goals, or assessing priorities helps create clarity and emotional space.
Exploring ideas or learning new skills provides another kind of liberation. Books, online courses, or creative projects expand horizons and free the mind.
Social connections can be freeing too. Conversations that inspire, debates that challenge, or casual chats with friends provide emotional release.
Setting boundaries is key. Saying no, limiting toxic interactions, or prioritizing personal time gives adults intentional freedom.
Financial independence also brings freedom. Managing money responsibly allows choices about hobbies, travel, or self-care. Autonomy increases satisfaction.
Confidence grows alongside freedom. Adults feel empowered to explore, take risks, and try new experiences without fear. Experience guides their choices.
Even small daily moments offer freedom. Watching the sunrise, enjoying quiet mornings, or savoring a hobby provides joy amidst busy schedules.
The contrast with childhood is interesting. Freedom was natural then. Now it's intentional. But intentional freedom often feels richer because it's chosen.
Friendships, hobbies, mindfulness, travel, all these reconnect adults to joy. Emotional, mental, and physical liberation become intertwined.
Even routine activities can feel liberating when approached mindfully. Cooking, walking, or organizing spaces can turn into joyful experiences.
Rediscovering freedom also strengthens resilience. Adults balance obligations while prioritizing personal happiness. This intentional approach enhances emotional well-being.
Hobbies and personal projects provide self-expression and creativity. They reconnect adults to curiosity, wonder, and playful thinking.
Travel and exploration give perspective. Seeing new places, meeting diverse people, and experiencing nature reignite appreciation for life's possibilities.
Digital tools can offer freedom too. Learning, connecting with communities, or exploring new ideas online provides mental and emotional liberation.
Choosing environments that spark joy also helps. Cafes, parks, libraries, or studios can become personal sanctuaries for relaxation and creativity.
Time with children, pets, or loved ones creates emotional freedom. Laughter, play, and shared experiences recharge energy and lift spirits.
Intentional freedom feels deeply satisfying. After managing responsibilities, these moments of choice feel like earned joy.
And that satisfaction is lasting. Achievements, relationships, and personal growth all improve when adults carve out time for themselves.
Even reflecting on past experiences provides freedom. Learning from mistakes, appreciating growth, and understanding choices allows peace of mind.
Creative expression reconnects adults to imagination. Writing, art, or performance mirrors playful exploration from childhood, but with intention.
Rediscovering freedom balances responsibility and joy. Intentional moments of choice restore energy and creativity.
Adults learn that freedom isn't only physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. The contrast with childhood makes it even more meaningful.
Even small daily routines can be liberating. Morning coffee, evening walks, or casual hobbies create pockets of joy amidst busy schedules.
Freedom also inspires confidence and motivation. Knowing you can choose to rest, create, or explore strengthens resilience.
Friendship, creativity, mindfulness, and exploration combine to make adulthood joyful despite pressures.
Yes, intentional freedom is different from childhood, but it's equally vital. Adults create joy and satisfaction with awareness and appreciation.
Moments of liberation, however small, transform daily life. They remind adults that life can be playful, rewarding, and meaningful, even amid responsibility.
And even routine moments can feel extraordinary when approached with attention and intention.
Rediscovering freedom reconnects adults to play, curiosity, and emotional richness. Life becomes more balanced and fulfilling.
Yes, and it's this balance between responsibility and joy that makes adult life nuanced, complex, and deeply rewarding.
Now that we've explored adult freedom, let's talk about relationships. They really evolve so much from childhood to adulthood, don't they?
Absolutely. As children, friendships were simple and immediate. You played together, shared toys, or laughed over silly little adventures. Emotional bonds happened almost automatically.
Exactly. You didn't have to analyze your feelings or overthink. Trust, connection, and fun just happened naturally. It felt effortless.
Even small disagreements didn't last long. A quarrel over a game or a toy was over in minutes. Friendships bounced back quickly, almost magically.
Family relationships were warm and supportive too. Parents, siblings, and relatives created a sense of security. You always knew someone cared.
Yes, and there was guidance too, but it didn't feel controlling. Advice was gentle, and mistakes were treated as part of learning.
School friendships also shaped social skills. Sharing, taking turns, and working together taught cooperation without even realizing it.
Playtime strengthens these bonds. Creating games, building imaginary worlds, and solving little problems together brought kids closer in a natural way.
Even solo play contributed to social growth. Imaginary friends, storytelling, or inventing worlds allowed children to explore emotions and understand perspectives.
And time outdoors created strong connections. Riding bikes, playing sports, or exploring with friends naturally encouraged teamwork and empathy.
Family moments like shared meals or bedtime stories made relationships even more meaningful. Emotional attachment grew effortlessly through these small rituals.
Now, looking at adult relationships, the contrast is clear. Connections require intention, effort, and active maintenance. You can't just rely on play to bond anymore.
Yes, emotional expression becomes more measured. Adults consider consequences and navigate social norms carefully, so vulnerability takes trust and courage.
Romantic relationships bring another layer. They involve expectations, compromise, and deeper emotional complexity. Growth happens consciously through effort.
Friendships also change. Maintaining bonds requires scheduling, communication, and consistent effort. Spontaneity isn't as effortless as it was in childhood.
But the rewards are richer. Strong adult friendships provide support, understanding, and emotional depth that childhood friendships didn't need to offer intentionally.
Family dynamics evolve too. Parents, siblings, or relatives interact more as peers. Independence and responsibility shift the relationship, creating balance.
Professional relationships also shape emotional life. Colleagues, mentors, or team members all influence communication skills, patience, and empathy.
Even small moments with friends or family can feel liberating. Shared laughter, hobbies, or casual conversations allow emotional recharge.
Friendships teach perspective as well. Adults choose companions aligned with values, energy, and priorities, which shapes well-being.
Conflict resolution becomes crucial. Disagreements, miscommunications, or differing opinions need careful handling to maintain healthy connections.
Romantic relationships also require effort. Understanding emotional needs, compromise, and intimacy all involve active learning and patience.
Parenting introduces another dimension. Experiencing life through the eyes of a child brings empathy, reflection, and renewed emotional depth.
Friendships, romance, and family connections all demand intentional participation. Energy, attention, and time must be invested consciously.
Even challenges can strengthen relationships. Working through conflicts, understanding perspectives, and practicing patience deepens bonds.
Trust grows intentionally. Adults are aware of boundaries, reliability, and respect, making trust a conscious choice rather than a default.
Shared activities still enhance connection. Traveling together, pursuing hobbies, or simply spending quality time builds emotional closeness.
Support systems matter a lot. Emotional resilience is bolstered when adults maintain strong, meaningful bonds with others.
Even small gestures count. Checking in, listening carefully, or sharing laughter reinforce connection consistently.
Friendships evolve. Childhood bonds were effortless, but adult friendships offer greater depth, understanding, and mutual growth.
Family ties also shift. Dependency decreases while mutual respect, care, and collaboration increase. Adults see relationships as partnerships rather than obligations.
Romantic connections develop depth over time. Love, empathy, and compromise are consciously nurtured to maintain strong bonds.
Professional interactions also influence emotional growth. Cooperation, negotiation, and empathy all enhance social intelligence.
Social life blends planning with spontaneity. Even hobbies, gatherings, or casual events require intentional effort to maintain meaningful engagement.
Friendship circles often reflect shared values, interests, and energy levels. Adults can curate connections to foster emotional well-being.
Conflict resolution skills become essential. Adults navigate disagreements thoughtfully, balancing emotion, logic, and understanding.
Parenting reshapes perspective. Seeing the world through a child's eyes strengthens empathy, patience, and understanding.
Even casual social interactions enrich life. Everyday conversations, humor, and shared experiences nurture emotional satisfaction.
Time with friends, partners, or family provides balance amidst responsibilities. Emotional connection is a cornerstone of well-being.
Yes, relationships now require effort, but they offer greater depth, growth, and reward compared to childhood.
Shared laughter, support, and understanding create bonds that sustain adults through busy and sometimes stressful lives.
Even challenges strengthen relationships. Resolving differences, negotiating conflicts, and practicing patience reinforce trust and appreciation.
The contrast with childhood is striking. Connections shift from effortless bonds to intentional, meaningful engagement.
And yet, adult relationships continue to bring joy, support, and personal growth. They're complex but deeply rewarding.
Yes, whether friendships, romantic bonds, or family ties, connection remains central to life satisfaction.
Moments of laughter, shared activities, and mutual understanding show why relationships are worth nurturing.
Even in busy adult life, relationships can bring freedom, joy, and emotional richness if we consciously maintain them.
Intentional freedom in relationships makes every interaction more meaningful. Adults choose joy, connection, and care.
Yes, effort brings reward. Relationships deepen, emotional intelligence grows, and life becomes richer and more balanced.
Exactly. Even amidst challenges, adult connections offer growth, fulfillment, and enduring happiness.
Friendships, love, and family continue to teach lessons, provide joy, and create memories that last a lifetime.
Relationships evolve, but they remain one of the most enriching aspects of life. They grow in depth and significance as we mature.
Even small acts of care, listening, supporting, or spending time, have a huge impact on adult connections.
Yes, and this intentional nurturing creates bonds that endure and make life emotionally fulfilling.
Adult relationships may require effort, but they offer profound joy, trust, and shared growth unlike anything in childhood.
And that's the beauty of it. Effort, intention, and emotional presence turn relationships into one of life's most rewarding experiences.
Now that we've talked about relationships, let's dive into one of the trickiest aspects of adult life, balancing freedom and responsibility. It's a delicate act, isn't it?
Absolutely. On one hand, adults crave freedom, time to explore, relax, and pursue passions. On the other hand, responsibilities never go away, and they demand constant attention.
Even small responsibilities can weigh heavily. Bills, chores, deadlines, and family obligations take up mental and physical energy, leaving less room for spontaneous freedom.
And yet, freedom is essential for emotional well-being. Without moments to rest, reflect, and enjoy life, stress accumulates quickly. Finding balance is key.
Hobbies are one way adults reclaim freedom. Whether it's painting, running, reading, or cooking, these activities provide a sense of control and personal joy.
Yes, but even hobbies require planning now. Unlike childhood, where play was spontaneous, adults often have to schedule these activities intentionally.
That's true. But intentional freedom often feels more rewarding. Choosing how and when to spend time adds meaning and satisfaction.
Work-life balance is another major factor. Adults must prioritize tasks, set boundaries, and find pockets of personal time amidst busy schedules.
Even small breaks can feel like freedom. Morning coffee, a short walk, or a few minutes of meditation provides a sense of autonomy and calm.
Financial independence also plays a role. When adults manage money responsibly, they can afford choices, travel, hobbies, or self-care that enhance freedom.
Social connections contribute too. Spending time with friends, partners, or family brings joy, laughter, and emotional relief from obligations.
Intentional planning helps maintain this balance. Using calendars, reminders, and schedules allows adults to fulfill responsibilities without losing personal time.
Even professional life can support freedom. Choosing projects, negotiating schedules, or finding autonomy at work adds flexibility and satisfaction.
Yes, but responsibility can never be fully eliminated. Adults must learn to coexist with obligations while still carving out personal time.
Emotional intelligence plays a big part. Recognizing when to pause, say no, or delegate tasks helps protect personal energy.
Parenting, for example, requires constant balance. Adults juggle work, childcare, and household tasks while trying to maintain hobbies, friendships, and self-care.
Even small routines help. Establishing morning rituals, planning evenings, and organizing weekends creates pockets of freedom within busy schedules.
Boundaries are essential. Saying no to unnecessary obligations, prioritizing personal needs, and communicating clearly with others preserves balance.
Travel and exploration are another way to reclaim freedom. Short trips, nature walks, or weekend adventures refresh the mind and body.
Friendships support this too. Friends encourage relaxation, laughter, and emotional relief from stress. They help adults feel alive and connected.
Even mindful practices contribute. Meditation, journaling, or reflection creates inner freedom by helping adults process emotions and manage stress.
Physical activity is vital as well. Exercise releases tension, clears the mind, and restores energy, making it easier to handle responsibilities.
Creativity and learning offer mental freedom. Engaging in music, writing, art, or new skills provides joy while expanding perspective.
Even daily chores can become mindful activities. Cooking, cleaning, or organizing can be approached creatively, turning responsibility into a source of satisfaction.
Time management is a major tool. Allocating time for work, family, hobbies, and rest ensures that no area is neglected.
Self-care becomes intentional. Adults learn that protecting energy isn't selfish. It's necessary to perform responsibilities effectively.
Personal projects and hobbies provide emotional balance. Whether it's painting, writing, or gardening, these activities replenish mental and emotional reserves.
Even social media or online learning can offer controlled freedom. Engaging in communities, learning new skills, or connecting with friends provides mental stimulation.
Friendship circles often reflect shared values and energy. Spending time with like-minded people creates joy while helping maintain emotional balance.
Setting realistic expectations is part of balance. Adults learn that perfection isn't necessary and that managing priorities is more important.
Even small achievements in personal time can feel empowering. Finishing a book, completing a project, or practicing a skill restores confidence and satisfaction.
Work-life balance and personal freedom are deeply connected. Efficiently handling responsibilities frees up time for joy and creativity.
Reflection is another key. Adults benefit from pausing to review priorities, acknowledge accomplishments, and plan for personal fulfillment.
Time with loved ones reinforces balance. Shared laughter, support, and relaxation remind adults why maintaining freedom within responsibility matters.
Even a few minutes of mindful breathing or quiet reflection can restore equilibrium. Small habits accumulate to create sustainable balance.
Parenting, work, and social life all require attention, but intentional freedom ensures adults don't feel overwhelmed or depleted.
Hobbies, friendships, creativity, and mindfulness act as anchors. They keep adults grounded while navigating busy, responsible lives.
Travel and new experiences expand perspective and provide mental liberation. Even short trips can refresh motivation and energy.
Boundaries and delegation are vital tools. Asking for help, prioritizing tasks, and saying no prevents burnout and preserves autonomy.
Even professional development can feel like freedom. Learning new skills or pursuing passions at work adds fulfillment alongside responsibility.
Friendships offer emotional relief. Sharing experiences, laughter, and challenges creates a sense of liberty in daily life.
Daily routines, if mindfully balanced, become empowering. Planning, reflection, and small acts of self-care integrate freedom with obligation.
Financial stability enhances choices. Adults can spend time on joy, leisure, and self-improvement without constant worry.
Even short mindfulness exercises restore mental space. Breathing, reflection, or journaling helps adults recharge amidst obligations.
Intentional freedom doesn't remove responsibilities. It coexists with them. Adults learn to live fully while honoring duties.
Small victories matter too. Completing tasks efficiently, making time for hobbies, or connecting with friends strengthens confidence and satisfaction.
Even ordinary routines can provide a sense of freedom when approached mindfully. Cooking, walking, or organizing becomes meaningful.
Yes, balancing freedom and responsibility is a skill. With awareness, practice, and intention, adults can enjoy both fulfillment and joy.
It's about integrating life, not dividing it. Responsibilities and freedom can flow together to create a harmonious, satisfying life experience.
Exactly. Adults don't have to sacrifice one for the other. They can coexist beautifully when balance is intentional.
And that's the art of adulthood. Finding joy, growth, and satisfaction while honoring duties and obligations.
Yes, when freedom and responsibility are balanced, life becomes richer, more meaningful, and deeply fulfilling.
Now that we've explored balancing freedom and responsibility, let's reflect on how childhood lessons actually carry into adult life. It's fascinating how early experiences shape the way we handle challenges later.
Absolutely. The curiosity, creativity, and problem-solving skills we developed as kids often guide our adult decisions, even if we don't notice it consciously.
Yes. For example, the imagination we use during play helps with creativity in work or hobbies. Adults who practice thinking outside the box as children tend to approach challenges differently.
Friendships in childhood also taught empathy and cooperation. Negotiating games, sharing, or resolving conflicts early on helps adults navigate relationships more smoothly.
Even failure in childhood was a teacher. Losing a game, making mistakes, or facing small setbacks taught resilience that carries into adulthood.
Exactly. The ability to bounce back, try again, and adopt under pressure is rooted in those early experiences. It's a subtle but powerful lesson.
Family dynamics taught emotional awareness. Observing parents, siblings, or caregivers help children understand patience, empathy, and compromise, which adults use daily.
Yes, even small responsibilities as kids, like chores or school tasks, built time management and accountability skills that become essential in adult life.
Play taught collaboration and negotiation. Working together to create games or resolve disagreements forms the foundation for adult teamwork skills.
Problem solving skills from childhood also carry over. Whether it was building a fort or figuring out a puzzle, learning to think logically and creatively helps adults tackle complex problems.
Even imagination fosters innovation. Adults who played creatively as children are more likely to approach work or personal projects with unique ideas.
Conflict resolution is another skill carried forward. Handling small disputes with friends or siblings teaches negotiation, empathy, and communication skills essential in adulthood.
Emotional regulation is rooted in childhood too. Learning to handle frustration, disappointment, or excitement prepares adults to navigate adult stress effectively.
Social intelligence develops early. Observing interactions, understanding emotions, and responding appropriately helps adults build meaningful relationships.
Even outdoor exploration fosters curiosity and confidence. Kids who explored their environment grow into adults willing to try new experiences and embrace uncertainty.
Friendship lessons are particularly valuable. Sharing, supporting, and communicating as children creates a template for adult emotional bonds.
Time management starts with small routines. Packing school bags, completing homework, or organizing playtime gradually builds habits that adults rely on for efficiency.
Problem solving, creativity, and resilience from childhood also guide risk taking in adult life. Adults can approach challenges more confidently because they've practiced overcoming small obstacles before.
Even self-expression begins early. Imaginative play, storytelling, and creativity develop communication skills that help adults articulate ideas clearly.
Decision making skills evolve naturally. Choosing games, activities, or how to spend time as children lays the groundwork for thoughtful adult choices.
Teamwork was practiced early on. Group games, school projects, and playground interactions teach adults the value of collaboration and compromise.
Failure and recovery cycles as children create resilience. Trying again after losing or making mistakes builds mental toughness for adulthood.
Family interactions taught empathy and patience. Observing adults and negotiating sibling conflicts shapes how we interact with colleagues, partners, and friends.
Childhood also instills curiosity. Asking questions, exploring, and experimenting encourages lifelong learning and adaptability.
Even play develops leadership skills. Leading games or organizing activities encourages initiative, which translates into adult confidence and decision-making.
Creativity fuels problem solving. Adults often draw on imaginative thinking developed during childhood to find unconventional solutions.
Social awareness begins early. Learning to read emotions, respond to others, and build rapport helps in professional and personal relationships.
Resilience in adulthood mirrors childhood experiences. Bouncing back from mistakes or failures becomes easier when it's practiced early.
Friendship lessons carry long-term benefits. Trust, loyalty, and cooperation learned in childhood strengthen adult relationships.
Even hobbies and personal interests rooted in childhood carry into adulthood. Skills learned, passions discovered, and confidence gained often remain lifelong companions.
Childhood exploration teaches flexibility. Moving through different games, challenges, or social scenarios prepares adults to adapt to change gracefully.
Conflict management skills translate well. Early negotiation and compromise shape adult problem solving in both personal and professional contexts.
Creativity isn't just fun, it's practical. Adults use imaginative thinking to innovate, communicate, and approach life creatively.
Time management continues naturally. Habits formed around responsibilities, routines, and deadlines help adults stay organized and efficient.
Emotional intelligence develops subtly. Understanding emotions, responding with empathy, and regulating reactions become more intuitive as adults.
Even curiosity fosters career and personal growth. Adults who retain a childlike sense of wonder pursue learning and exploration continuously.
Problem solving and adaptability are lifelong skills. Childhood experiences provide the foundation for navigating complex adult challenges.
Self-expression and confidence from early play encourage adults to voice opinions, pursue passions, and make bold decisions.
Collaboration skills, learned during group activities, support teamwork in professional and personal settings. Adults can negotiate, lead, and cooperate effectively.
Failure becomes less intimidating. Adults with childhood experience in risk-taking and experimentation approach setbacks with resilience.
Family lessons instill patience and empathy. Adults carry these traits into relationships, parenting, and social life.
Childhood also instills curiosity. Asking questions, exploring, and experimenting encourages lifelong learning and adaptability.
Even play develops leadership skills. Leading games or organizing activities encourages initiative, which translates into adult confidence in decision-making.
Creativity fuels problem solving. Adults often draw on imaginative thinking developed during childhood to find unconventional solutions.
Social awareness begins early. Learning to read emotions, respond to others, and build rapport helps in professional and personal relationships.
Resilience in adulthood mirrors childhood experiences. Bouncing back from mistakes or failures becomes easier when it's practiced early.
Friendship lessons carry long-term benefits. Trust, loyalty, and cooperation learned in childhood strengthen adult relationships.
Even hobbies and personal interests rooted in childhood carry into adulthood. Skills learned, passions discovered, and confidence gained often remain lifelong companions.
Childhood exploration teaches flexibility. Moving through different games, challenges, or social scenarios prepares adults to adapt to change gracefully.
Conflict management skills translate well. Early negotiation and compromise shape adult problem solving in both personal and professional contexts.
Creativity isn't just fun, it's practical. Adults use imaginative thinking to innovate, communicate, and approach life creatively.
Time management continues naturally. Habits formed around responsibilities, routines, and deadlines help adults stay organized and efficient.
Emotional intelligence develops subtly. Understanding emotions, responding with empathy, and regulating reactions become more intuitive as adults.
Even curiosity fosters career and personal growth. Adults who retain a childlike sense of wonder pursue learning and exploration continuously.
Problem solving and adaptability are lifelong skills. Childhood experiences provide the foundation for navigating complex adult challenges.
Self-expression and confidence from early play encourage adults to voice opinions, pursue passions, and make bold decisions.
Teamwork was practiced early on. Group games, school projects, and playground interactions teach adults the value of collaboration and compromise.
Failure and recovery cycles as children create resilience. Trying again after losing or making mistakes builds mental toughness for adulthood.
Family interactions taught empathy and patience. Adults carry these traits into relationships, parenting, and social life.
Childhood also instills curiosity. Asking questions, exploring, and experimenting encourages lifelong learning and adaptability.
Even play develops leadership skills. Leading games or organizing activities encourages initiative, which translates into adults' confidence in decision-making.
Creativity fuels problem solving. Adults often draw on imaginative thinking developed during childhood to find unconventional solutions.
Social awareness begins early. Learning to read emotions, respond to others, and build rapport helps in professional and personal relationships.
Resilience in adulthood mirrors childhood experiences. Bouncing back from mistakes or failures becomes easier when it's practiced early.
Friendship lessons carry long-term benefits. Trust, loyalty, and cooperation learned in childhood strengthen adult relationships.
Even hobbies and personal interests rooted in childhood carry into adulthood. Skills learned, passions discovered, and confidence gained often remain lifelong companions.
Leadership and initiative often start in playground games or childhood activities. These early experiences encourage confidence in adult responsibilities.
Friendship bonds provide emotional stability. Adults with strong early social experiences maintain healthier, deeper connections in life.
Creativity and imagination drive problem solving. Adults think innovatively when childhood curiosity was nurtured.
Even hobbies from childhood carry joy into adulthood. Skills developed early often blossom into lifelong passions.
Emotional resilience, social awareness, and self-expression from childhood shape adult mental health and confidence.
Time management, flexibility, and adaptability make adults more efficient, organized, and capable of handling multiple responsibilities.
Childhood lessons are subtle but profound. They influence career, relationships, hobbies, and personal growth in countless ways.
Even small experiences like playing, exploring, or interacting with friends leave lasting impacts that help adults navigate life.
The key takeaway is that adult life is built on the foundation of childhood skills, habits, and emotional intelligence.
Yes, balancing freedom, responsibility, relationships, and joy draws directly from lessons learned as kids. They echo through every stage of life.
Even challenges in adulthood are easier to face because childhood taught adaptability, curiosity, and resilience naturally.
Friendship, creativity, emotional awareness, and problem solving are all rooted in early experiences, guiding adult life in meaningful ways.
Exactly.
Childhood might feel distant, but its lessons continue to shape how adults live, love, work, and enjoy life.
Every decision, every relationship, and every moment of personal growth carries echoes of childhood experience. It's like a hidden guide.
And that's why reflecting on childhood isn't just nostalgia, it's understanding the foundation of adult life.
Yes, the skills, habits, and values we developed as children continue to support us, even decades later.
It's amazing to see how play, creativity, and early social interactions have lasting influence. They shape our mindset, choices, and emotional well-being.
And the beautiful part is we can consciously build on those lessons. Using childhood skills with adult wisdom creates a richer, more fulfilling life.
Now that we've explored childhood lessons in adult life, let's pause and reflect. What can we really take away from all these comparisons between childhood and adulthood?
Well, one key insight is that life skills start early. Curiosity, problem solving, and emotional awareness developed as children become the foundation for adult success.
Absolutely. Even small childhood experiences like playing games or navigating friendships teach lessons that adults use every day.
Yes, and reflecting on these moments helps adults understand their strengths and areas for growth. It's like connecting the dots from past to present.
Another takeaway is that freedom and responsibility are always linked. Childhood had automatic freedom, while adulthood requires balancing freedom with obligations.
Exactly, but the balance is rewarding. Intentional freedom alongside responsibility provides satisfaction, growth, and emotional well-being.
Relationships also offer important lessons. Trust, empathy, cooperation, and communication, learned as children, guide adult friendships, romantic bonds, and family ties.
Even mistakes or failures as children teach resilience. Adults draw on those experiences to handle challenges, setbacks, and stressful situations.
Yes, and hobbies, creativity, and personal exploration help adults maintain joy. Childhood passions often translate into lifelong skills and interests.
Financial, social, and professional responsibilities might feel heavy, but applying childhood lessons, adaptability, curiosity, and problem solving makes them manageable.
Intentional reflection is powerful. Thinking back on what worked in childhood and applying it consciously as adults leads to better decisions and personal growth.
Even relationships benefit from reflection. Understanding past experiences helps adults communicate better, empathize, and nurture meaningful bonds.
Time management is another critical lesson. The routines and responsibilities learned as children inform how adults plan, prioritize, and structure their lives.
Yes, and balancing freedom and responsibility is a continuous learning process. Adults must adjust priorities, set boundaries, and make conscious choices.
Hobbies and creativity help maintain mental and emotional freedom. Painting, music, writing, or even small projects restore energy and perspective.
Mindfulness and self-reflection are essential. Pausing to evaluate goals, accomplishments, and well-being strengthens personal growth and life satisfaction.
Even daily routines carry meaning. Approaching chores, work, and social obligations with attention and intentionality creates harmony and fulfillment.
Friendship and social bonds remain central. Maintaining meaningful connections nurtures emotional resilience and overall happiness.
Childhood experiences teach collaboration and negotiation skills. Adults apply these in personal and professional interactions, enhancing relationships and teamwork.
Problem-solving skills carry over too. Childhood curiosity and creativity allow adults to approach challenges innovatively and confidently.
Yes, even failures are lessons in disguise. Adults who experienced manageable setbacks as kids handle disappointments with resilience and composure.
The balance between freedom and responsibility is enhanced by self-awareness. Adults who understand their strengths and limitations make better choices.
Emotional intelligence grows from early experiences. Recognizing emotions, regulating reactions, and empathizing with others become intuitive over time.
Reflecting on relationships reveals patterns. Adults see what works in friendships, romantic bonds, and family interactions and can consciously improve them.
Childhood lessons in creativity, play, and exploration inspire adult hobbies, learning, and personal growth. Curiosity never truly leaves us.
Even small victories matter. Completing tasks, learning skills, or nurturing relationships reinforces confidence and personal satisfaction.
Intentional reflection also helps with long-term goals. Adults can plan careers, personal projects, or lifestyle choices using insights from past experiences.
Friendship, collaboration, and social awareness continue to be essential. Adults thrive when they nurture meaningful connections consciously.
Resilience is another takeaway. Life is unpredictable, but lessons from childhood equip adults to handle setbacks, pressure, and challenges.
Financial responsibility, professional work, and personal obligations become more manageable when approached with planning, curiosity, and adaptability.
Creativity and hobbies provide emotional freedom. Adults who preserve play, exploration, and expression maintain balance in life.
Self-awareness helps prioritize tasks, relationships, and personal time. Conscious reflection guides effective decision-making.
Even parenting teaches new lessons. Adults apply childhood insights, empathy, patience, and adaptability when guiding the next generation.
Friendships provide support, laughter, and perspective. Adults who maintain meaningful bonds benefit emotionally and mentally.
Time management continues to be a lifelong skill. Planning, scheduling, and prioritizing tasks help adults juggle freedom and responsibility effectively.
Reflection also encourages gratitude. Recognizing past experiences, learning from them, and appreciating growth enhances life satisfaction.
Hobbies and creativity are tools for balance. Music, art, writing, or learning new skills keep the mind engaged and stress at bay.
Reflection shows how to strengthen relationships. Adults communicate better, empathize more, and nurture stronger bonds through conscious awareness.
Even failures become lessons. Adults who embraced mistakes as children approach challenges with resilience, patience, and strategic thinking.
Intentional freedom remains crucial. Adults must consciously carve out time for relaxation, creativity, and personal interests to maintain well-being.
Balancing freedom and responsibility is not static. It requires ongoing reflection, adaptation, and prioritization.
Yes, each life stage offers new lessons. Observing childhood patterns and applying them consciously allows adults to grow continuously.
Friendships, family bonds, work, and personal projects all benefit from reflection. Adults integrate lessons from the past to navigate life more effectively.
Creativity, curiosity, and adaptability rooted in childhood remain essential for problem-solving and personal growth.
Even simple habits like journaling, mindfulness, or connecting with loved ones reinforce the balance between freedom and responsibility.
Resilience, empathy, and emotional intelligence strengthen with practice and reflection. Life becomes more manageable and rewarding.
Even ordinary daily activities carry meaning. Completing tasks intentionally, spending time with loved ones, and nurturing personal interests builds satisfaction.
Friendship, love, family, hobbies, and self-reflection all combine to create a balanced, fulfilling adult life.
Every experience, big or small, can be a lesson. Adults can consciously choose to grow, learn, and enjoy life.
Childhood lessons are invisible guides. Curiosity, resilience, empathy, and creativity continue to shape adult decisions, relationships, and happiness.
Reflection allows adults to see patterns, understand priorities, and consciously make life choices that align with values and goals.
Yes, even mistakes, challenges, and failures become tools for growth. Adults learn to navigate life wisely, building on past experience.
Balancing freedom and responsibility, nurturing relationships, and maintaining personal joy, all these are guided by the lessons of childhood.
And that's the beauty of reflection. Understanding past experiences helps adults live intentionally, making life more meaningful and fulfilling.
Yes, reflecting on life allows adults to grow, adapt, and thrive in every area, personal, professional, and social.
Even the simplest insights from childhood, like curiosity, play, or empathy, create ripples that shape adult life profoundly.
And that's why taking time to reflect is so important. It turns experiences into wisdom, challenges into lessons, and freedom into intentional joy.
Exactly. Reflection and takeaways aren't just about looking back. They guide adults towards better choices, deeper connections, and balanced, fulfilling living.
Now we've come to our vocabulary and grammar section. Here, we'll explore some of the most useful words, phrases, and grammar patterns from today's episode about childhood versus adult life.
Yes, this section is all about helping learners express ideas naturally. We'll show you how to describe experiences, emotions, relationships, and personal growth in English.
Let's start with words for childhood experiences. Words like playful, imaginative, curious, carefree, and adventurous capture the essence of being a child.
Exactly. You can say, I was a curious child who loved exploring new places. Or, childhood was carefree and full of fun. These expressions feel natural and relatable.
For adult experiences, useful words include responsible, independent, reflective, resilient, and intentional.
For example, as an adult, I've become more responsible and independent. Or, I try to make intentional choices in my daily life.
Now, let's look at verbs for describing changes over time. Words like grow, develop, learn, adapt, and evolve are perfect.
Yes, you could say, I learned how to manage responsibilities as I grew up. Or, my relationships evolved as I became an adult.
Expressions about freedom are also key. Phrases like carve out time, reclaim my freedom, or enjoy moments of autonomy sound very natural.
For example, even with a busy schedule, I try to carve out time for hobbies. Or, traveling allows me to reclaim my freedom.
When discussing responsibility, common words include obligations, duties, priorities, accountability, and commitments.
You can use them in sentences like, managing finances is one of my responsibilities. Or, balancing obligations and personal interests can be challenging.
Adjectives for relationships are also important. Words like supportive, trustworthy, close-knit, loyal, and empathetic describe people well.
You could say, I have a close-knit group of friends who are very supportive. Or, she's an empathetic partner who listens carefully.
Next, let's discuss connecting words that make conversations flow. Words like however, on the other hand, in contrast, similarly, and moreover help structure ideas.
For example, childhood was carefree. However, adult life requires more responsibility. Or, I enjoyed freedom as a child. Similarly, I try to find freedom now in small moments.
We also need phrases to describe emotions. Words like excited, nervous, content, overwhelmed, and joyful come up often.
You could say, I feel joyful when I spend time with friends. Or, I was nervous about taking on new responsibilities.
Now for grammar patterns. Let's start with present perfect to talk about experiences. Have/has plus past participle.
For example, I have learned a lot from childhood experiences. Or, she has developed strong relationships over time.
Past simple is perfect for talking about specific past events. I played outside every day as a child, or we celebrated birthdays together last week.
Modal verbs are essential for expressing ability, obligation, or advice. Words like can, could, should, must, might are very useful.
For example, I can handle responsibilities better now, or you should try to balance freedom and duties.
Phrasal verbs are common in daily English. Words like look after, carry out, give up, take on, and bring up are very expressive.
You could say, parents look after their children, or I try to carry out tasks efficiently.
Expressions for change and growth are also useful. Phrases like over time, gradually, developed into, and transformed by fit perfectly.
For example, over time, I developed into a more resilient person, or my relationships have transformed by mutual understanding.
Describing balance requires words like juggle, prioritize, allocate, manage, and coordinate.
You can say, I juggle work and personal time carefully, or adults need to prioritize responsibilities and hobbies.
Expressing cause and effect is very common. Phrases like as a result, because of, leads to, and consequently are important.
For example, childhood experiences build resilience. As a result, adults can handle challenges better. Or balancing responsibilities leads to a fulfilling life.
Idioms for life lessons are fun and engaging. Phrases like learn the ropes, face the music, grow through challenges, and carry weight add color to your English.
For instance, I had to learn the ropes when I started college, or adults face the music when responsibilities pile up.
Collocations are also key.
Words that naturally go together, like strong bond, mutual understanding, personal growth, or valuable experience, sound fluent.
You could say, we share a strong bond built over years, or this experience was valuable for my personal growth.
Expressions for reflection are very useful. Phrases like looking back, in retrospect, it made me realize, and I discovered that help learners express insights.
For example, looking back, my childhood taught me resilience, or in retrospect, balancing freedom and responsibility is essential.
Linking words for contrast like although, even though, whereas, and while help compare childhood and adult life naturally.
For example, although childhood was carefree, adult life brings new responsibilities. While children have automatic freedom, adults must create it intentionally.
Vocabulary for adult challenges includes words like stressful, demanding, complex, challenging, and rewarding.
You can say managing work and family can be stressful, but also rewarding. Adult life is complex and requires balance.
Phrases to describe learning and growth include develop skills, gain experience, improve understanding, and build resilience.
For example, I developed new skills through challenges, or I built resilience over time through life experiences.
Describing emotions is essential. Words like excited, motivated, overwhelmed, grateful, joyful, and anxious help express feelings accurately.
You can say, I felt overwhelmed with responsibilities, or I was joyful spending time with friends.
Phrasal verbs for adult life include take on responsibilities, carry out tasks, look after others, give up habits, and grow through challenges.
You could say, I take on responsibilities at work, or adults look after family members while managing their own tasks.
Expressions to compare past and present include back then, nowadays, in my childhood, and as an adult.
For instance, back then, I played outside every day. Nowadays, I balance work and hobbies. Or in my childhood, freedom was automatic. As an adult, I create it intentionally.
Key adjectives for personal growth are reflective, resilient, empathetic, adaptable, and confident.
You could say, I became more reflective and adaptable as I grew older, or resilience developed through both childhood and adult experiences.
Useful connectors for storytelling include firstly, then, after that, finally, and ultimately.
For example, firstly, I learned responsibility. Then I discovered personal freedom. Ultimately, I balanced both.
Vocabulary for relationships includes bond, connection, trust, support, loyalty, and empathy.
You could say, I have a strong bond with my friends, or trust and empathy strengthen relationships over time.
Expressions for reflection and insights include it made me realize, I discovered that, looking back, and in retrospect.
For example, looking back, I discovered that childhood shaped my resilience, or in retrospect, balancing freedom and responsibility is essential.
Final tip, combining vocabulary, phrasal verbs, and expressions naturally makes your English sound fluent and engaging.
Exactly. Using words like resilient, empathetic, intentional, or phrases like carve out time in conversations brings storytelling to life.
And don't forget grammar. Mix present perfect, past simple, and modal verbs to describe experiences, actions, and advice naturally.
Yes, with this vocabulary and grammar, learners can confidently discuss childhood, adult life, relationships, freedom, responsibilities, and personal growth.
Remember, practice is key. Use these words and phrases in daily conversation, reflection, and storytelling. That's how fluency grows.
That wraps up our vocabulary and grammar section. Take these tools, experiment with them, and make your English expressive, natural, and confident.
Here we are in the summary section. This part will help you see how to summarize ideas naturally in English and share your reflections clearly.
Yes, summarizing is about capturing the key points, main ideas, and insights in a way that feels natural and easy to understand.
We explored the contrast between childhood and adult life. Childhood was carefree, full of play, curiosity, and exploration.
Adult life brings responsibility, independence, and intentional choices. Balancing freedom with obligations is essential.
We also looked at relationships. Childhood friendships were simple and spontaneous, while adult relationships require effort, empathy, and trust.
Friendships, family bonds, and romantic relationships all grow deeper when nurtured intentionally. Lessons from childhood help us navigate these connections.
Childhood taught us resilience, creativity, and problem solving. These skills naturally carry over into adulthood, guiding our decisions and actions.
Even small experiences like playtime, social interactions, or minor challenges build habits that shape adult life profoundly.
Balancing freedom and responsibility was another key theme. Adults need to plan, prioritize, and protect personal time while fulfilling obligations.
Hobbies, mindfulness, and self-care help maintain emotional freedom and mental well-being. Intentional choices create a fulfilling, balanced life.
We also discussed how childhood lessons apply to adult life.
Curiosity, adaptability, empathy, and reflection are skills we continue to use every day.
Learning from experiences, both successes and mistakes, strengthens resilience and emotional intelligence in adulthood.
Relationships and social interactions remain central. Empathy, trust, and communication skills learned early help adults nurture deeper connections.
Vocabulary and grammar are key tools for expressing these ideas. Words like resilient, empathetic, intentional, and phrases like carve out time make conversation natural and fluent.
Grammar patterns like past simple, present perfect, and modal verbs help describe experiences, growth, and responsibilities accurately.
Using connecting words and expressions such as however, in contrast, or looking back helps structure your ideas smoothly.
Reflecting on childhood and adulthood teaches us valuable lessons about life, personal growth, and relationships.
Summarizing these reflections in English improves clarity, confidence, and conversational skills.
Key takeaways include embracing childhood lessons, balancing freedom with responsibilities, and nurturing relationships intentionally.
Also, remember to apply vocabulary and grammar naturally. Express your thoughts clearly while keeping your language engaging.
Reflection, intentionality, and consistent practice are the pillars of fluent, expressive English.
Even small daily actions, using new words, practicing expressions, or summarizing experiences, build confidence and mastery over time.
By connecting past and present experiences, learners can share insights, stories, and reflections with clarity and depth.
The goal is to express ideas fluently, describe growth, and communicate naturally about life, relationships, and personal experiences.
And that wraps up our summary. Take these lessons, reflect on your experiences, and keep practicing. English becomes more expressive, natural, and confident with every step.
And that's it for today's episode. Thank you for joining us on this journey through childhood and adult life.
Yes, it's amazing to see how our early experiences shape us and help us express ourselves in English confidently.
Every word you learn, every sentence you practice brings you closer to fluency. Step by step, you're improving.
Don't worry about making mistakes. They are a part of learning and a sign that you're trying.
Even small progress counts. Speaking a new phrase, using a new word, or sharing your thoughts clearly is a victory.
Keep practicing every day. Short sessions, conversations with friends, or listening to English all add up.
Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. They build your confidence and motivate you to keep going.
Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. Enjoy the process and embrace challenges.
Stay curious. Ask questions, share stories, and apply new words and phrases in daily life.
Every conversation helps you grow. The more you use English, the more natural it becomes.
Your dedication matters. The time you invest today will reflect in your skills tomorrow.
Keep exploring new topics, expressing ideas, and practicing vocabulary and grammar.
Remember, consistency is key. Even a few minutes every day will create huge improvements over time.
Don't compare yourself with others. Focus on your own journey and celebrate your growth.
Your curiosity, effort, and practice are your strongest tools. Keep using them.
We're so proud of you for showing up and improving every day. Your progress is inspiring.
Keep listening, speaking, and reflecting. Every bit of practice counts and adds to your confidence.
We can't wait to see you in the next episode, exploring more ways to speak English naturally and confidently.
This is English with Lisaa, reminding you that learning is fun, progress is possible, and your English can shine every day.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and never stop learning. See you next time.